Hi Homeworthy, I'm Emmie. Welcome to my cottage. Come on in.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hi, I'm Emmie Johnston and I'm a content creator in the north of England. We found this house by mistake. We were not looking at all. We were really settled in our previous home, and my husband was on Rightmove one day just scrolling through looking at houses, found this one, and it was totally out of budget. We weren't planning on moving, but out of nosiness we just booked a visit. We thought we'll go and check it out, see what it's like, and we came to look at it, fell in love, were heartbroken that it wasn't going to happen, and then when we got home, someone had actually pushed a handwritten note through our letterbox at our previous house, offering to buy our house, and so that kind of started the ball rolling, and one thing led to another, and we ended up being able to buy this house. So when we initially found the house, it did not look the way it does now. It needed so much work doing to it. It was a full renovation project, but we couldn't help but see the potential. I think with a house this old, it just has so much character. And so we got the keys. The second year that we lived here, we got into the work and really did some big renovations on the house. When you come into the house, we come into this hallway where we've done quite a lot of work. So the first thing I wanted to do in here was really enhance the natural stone. So we brightened up all the mortar with clay paint, so it's totally breathable, but it just really makes the stone pop. We have this little nook to pop shoes on, so I actually cladded the back of this with flooring just to add a bit of warmth and break up the stone, but it's very useful for popping wellies on and whatnot. So at the back of the hallway we have this nook which we used to store champagne. We don't actually know what it was for, but it has become very useful. And we also added this laundry cupboard, so we have a washer and dryer downstairs. Moving into the living room, this is the space we've done the most work to. So these windows have been a labour of love. When we did the exterior works, the mullions, which are these stone parts, were actually disintegrated inside and they hold up the whole front of the house. So we had to have these carved by a stonemason, prop the house up, and then we refit all the windows. But they're my favourite feature, so definitely worth the effort. On some of the windows, to break up the stonework, we have added wooden shutters just to keep that traditional farmhouse feel. My next favourite feature of the house has to be the stone archways. We don't actually know what they were, but they did used to lead to the wing of the house that's no longer there. So they have little latches inside for doors, and they maybe would have led to where they kept the farm animals or the kitchens or another part of the house that's not there anymore, but they're so interesting. We decided to put panelling in the back of the arches just to make them stand out. I didn't want to detract from the stonework, but I really wanted to enhance them as they're such a feature. When designing this room, as it's such a big open space, I knew I wanted two sofas facing each other rather than facing the TV. I think it just makes a really sociable layout and enhances the big open space that this room is. In the back of the room, we had this random nook in the corner that we didn't really know what to do with, and so I needed an office space, and we turned it into a computer cupboard. When we first got the house, this room actually had a bright red carpet that was in really bad condition, and I knew I wanted either original floorboards or original flagstones, but we had neither, and so I sourced these reclaimed scaffold boards that I think really give that authentic look. The coziest part of this room is definitely the fireplace. We lightened the beam above this to really enhance it, and also repointed with lime, and it's my favourite part of the room. So when we first found this house, it did not look the way that it does now. We moved in and straight away the house was just in such bad condition. It was so damp. So the first thing we did was we stripped all of the render off the exterior and really dried the place out so that we had a good blank canvas to work with. So once we'd dried out the house and gotten rid of the damp problem, we then started on the inside and we did a full rip out basically. We replaced the floorboards, repointed the walls with lime mortar, we panelled, basically everything that you can see we did. On the back of the house we actually have a dining room that is the new part of the house, built in the 1800s. To enhance this room, we added panelling to the walls, and we also made a chandelier out of an old whiskey barrel band. Moving through to the kitchen, this is by far the smallest room in the house, and one day I would love to extend it and really brighten the space, but for now we've made it as cosy and functional as possible. My style for interiors has never really differed. I always love very soft, earthy neutrals, and I think this house really lends itself to that because of the exposed stone and the kind of character features, so I really worked with what the house had to offer. My content creation journey started, I would say, a year after we moved in, very much by accident. So I had a little home account on Instagram. I was posting kind of bits and bobs for friends and family, didn't really think too much of it. And then I posted a reel of the work we'd done, the renovation work we'd done to the house. And I woke up the next day, completely oblivious, but I'd gained, I think, 15,000 followers that night. And it kind of snowballed from there. So it really wasn't something that I was trying to do, it just found me. And since then, it's grown and I've built a really lovely community around the house and kind of the lifestyle that we have here in the countryside. So the first room upstairs that we completed was the dressing room, as we really needed some storage. It's not the biggest room, but it does feel really cosy and it's very functional. Whilst we were renovating this room, I ended up uncovering this really unusual fireplace that we didn't really know what to do with at first, but I ended up just plastering the wall with lime and leaving it exposed because it's part of the original house. The ceiling in this room really wasn't to my taste. It was a little bit old-fashioned, and so we ended up cladding it with engineered oak. We've finished 3/4 of the renovation of the house, and I quickly realised that I'd built this lovely community of people on my Instagram, and I didn't want to stop sharing with them just because the renovation had paused. And so I just started sharing my day-to-day life and what we get up to, the walks I go on, baking, things like that, and I feel like it really deepened my connection with everyone on there, which is really lovely. The second room we did upstairs was our guest room, just so that we had a nice place for people to sleep when they came over. We ended up exposing the original stone wall to create a kind of headboard, which is probably my favourite feature of this whole room. And we also restored the mullion windows behind me. But this room is in the process of being turned into a nursery. This wall is actually just a partition wall, so it's not original to the house, and I wanted to add a bit of character to it. So I ended up stripping down some plywood and just gluing it to the wall to give it a bit of kind of visual interest. I don't like to use the term forever home, but I do feel really attached to this house, and as we're about to have a baby and start a family, I feel really settled here. We do have a few more rooms to renovate, so we've got 2 bathrooms, the landing upstairs and the master bedroom, so I'm definitely not done with the renovation, but I'm open-minded as to whether we will live here forever. I'd always love to keep the house because I feel so connected to it, but I don't know if I'm done with the renovation bug yet. Homeworthy, I've loved showing you around, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.